pleasure to meet y'all at last, and welcome back to Why's That? And yeah, my face is red, explicitly because of the last time I've talked about things that have happened, especially on Why's That, where I had to answer a question on, well, no, I cannot talk about that. I cannot talk about anything in reference to that, ever again. I'm always going to call it this, I'm always going to call it that. Because I really am not going to want to ever say the name ever again. Just like we never want to say a lot of names ever again in our lives. But you know what? This is a time where I could probably be relieved about all of this. So here is another question that I have here. This is number 25 out of 65. So I've only got 40 left to go after this, but anyways, the question here simply says, why is that you strive to never have anything copyrighted on your channel? And now this one right here, I guess is a bit easier for me to talk about, because after all, there is one thing that is rather annoying in life, and that would really be to have anything copyrighted on your channel but yet get slapped in the face with copyright strikes or copyright notices, because they can pop up all over the place with hardly any warning to you. Hardly. And even if you do remove the copyrighted content from your channel, I mean, it's pretty much all with that same myth where, basically, if you upload anything to the internet, it is there for life. And I extremely enforce that it is a myth, because never have anyone ever tried to copy any deleted media that I've had from the internet. Ever. No one's ever done that, and no one ever will, because when something's deleted, it cannot be recovered. End of story. Concluded. But going back to stuff that's, well, like why I have nothing copyrighted on my channel, and I hopefully never have anything copyrighted on my channel to begin with, is, well, simply because if you don't remember a couple questions earlier, I've talked about why I don't have monetization still, in spite of how many videos I've had to offer, and with how much positive feedback I was able to get from the community that does continue to watch it to this day. Is simply put, I just don't have monetization because I don't meet those requirements that YouTube is now forcing us to, well, agree with. I mean, I really do want to go back to like 2010 or somewhere like that, where it was a time where anyone could get paid from their videos, regardless of how many subscribers or viewership that they've had on their channel since day one. I mean, there are times where I did have a lot of subscribers, but then I lost tons of them mostly because of the 5.5 year long blackout period that I've had. And I do talk about it a lot, but maybe, you know what? In more recent times, later on hopefully, I might be able to talk a little more about it. But anyways, if there's one real thing that I might as well talk about based on not having anything copyrighted, it'd be the fact that, well, if I did have stuff that was copyrighted, then, well, the real big problem that I would have to fear all my life would be if I got banned for life. 12 years of hard work, all wasted! That's one thing right there that I'd rather not worry about, but I can't help it at all. I mean, I am actually shaking a little bit physically. If you can't see it, I mean, you can probably see my hands. They're shaking a little bit right now just thinking about it. But how can I help it? 12 years worth of work that I've put together, it would have been all gone. Most of my childhood was heavily reliant on this website. Especially when it came to, well, trying to make a living. I mean, I do get that there are a lot of other jobs out there that happen to be a whole lot better paying, like a surgeon or a scientist, but I just don't have the right curriculum or transcripts to be able to get into that field. Like, a lot of stuff. I'd have to obtain a lot before I'd be able to get in there. So let's just say that YouTube is primarily going to be helping me in the time that I'm going to be spending outside of, well, education that revolves around college or universities or any other full ride that I might be able to have. But until I am, in fact, able to get into a good college of any sorts and probably be given a great job, I mean, this is one of the only things here that I have based on making a profit. There are a few other things that I'm able to do just so I can gain additional profits alongside this, but they're not always the best. They're kind of like a cut and pay service. But in conclusion, I just rather not risk getting any copyright strikes or notices, and if I did witness any of them, then well, I just simply remove the videos immediately. If I ever notice a copyright notice or a strike being given out on any of my videos in general, I just remove them completely. Immediately, without question, without anything else. And usually I actually redact some things, like in Gaming with Kaiju Force Neo, there were actually quite a few videos that have had copyright notices over the last 3 years, and let's just say that I was able to redact dozens of them all this time. So I'm pretty much in the clear there, but going forward, who knows what could actually come up. Only one way to find out. But hopefully I have nothing else to worry about from here on out. Though the worry about being banned for life, that's probably one thing I am never going to truly let go of. So I had to try to calm down here. So that's pretty much all I have here on Why Is That at the moment. But if you want to see more, go down to my channel. Make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side.